so that we have this for later. Welcome to the team call tonight. And gosh, I can't believe we're like blowing through May. It's just kind of mind-blowing, isn't it? And before we kind of dive into the meat of this call tonight, which I'm super pumped about, I just wanted to remind everyone how exciting it is right now. I feel like this is an amazing time to be a coach. With Sharon Week coming up, I hope that you're all taking advantage of this by creating an event. I put my event into Successfit so you can kind of see what I do. But if you have questions around these things, make sure that you reach out, because I think that these are opportunities not to be missed. People love exciting new things, especially if you're excited about them, right? Like, this is our opportunity to shine and show people what's fun out there and how they can use it to really make an impact on their lives. So make sure that you're on top of these things, that you're taking the time to do that. And I did announce about the Diamond Retreat last week. So if you didn't hear about that, make sure you check it out or reach out. If it's something, it doesn't matter where you are in Successfit or who your sponsor is. If it's something you want to be a part of or a goal that you want to shoot for, message me and let me know so that I know that's something you're gunning for. And I'm happy to be focused in on your business a little bit more to help you in any way that I can. And of course, Summit is like 50 days away. So if you're already coming to Summit, make sure you're a part of that group, our Summit group. So request to be added. If you're not, just shoot me a message or comment in Successfit. And if you're not coming to Summit and you're still maybe considering it, I recognize that it's a big commitment, right? Like there's cost involved with it, as well as, time away from our family. And here's what I want to say about it is that I think when I committed to going to Summit, it was like I was committing to my business. It was obviously other people had to make sacrifices for me, and I had to make sacrifices. And for like a year, 2 years prior to that, I had been like a stay-at-home mom with babies. So it was a big thing for me to kind of put out into the universe and to my husband and to my family that this was really important to me. And I didn't take it for granted. So I think that the speakers alone in this are majorly worth it. And yet there's so much more that goes along with it. So if you're thinking about it, or if you have coaches who are thinking about it, I would really say, go. Take the chance, show up for yourself on that one. Okay, it looks like Kristy says she needs to hop out and hop back on. What I'm excited about for tonight is, I think in the early days of this business for me, what really kept me going were hearing other coaches talk on the National Wake Up Call, and hearing other coaches on, like, it's now called Soar Nation. When I started, Emma, who's my upline sponsor, had started Fierce Fit Phenomenon. And it was hearing from other coaches that were, around the same Beachbody age as me, and what was helping them right then to be successful, that really helped me keep going, helped me relate to what was around me. It was amazing for me to see Emma and see, okay, what she had done and what was possible, because if she could do it, I could do it. And if I can do it, you can do it. But it helped a lot to hear from people right now who are having success at different parts of their business. So I'm excited, and I'm gonna have Sharon start tonight with us. And Sharon's a newer coach. Like, she's really in her second month of coaching, and I'm putting her on the spot asking her to speak tonight, but I really appreciate it, because I know that it's great to push ourselves out of our comfort zones, but I still know it can be intimidating. And I think that she's crushed Success Club 10 the last 2 months and added coaches to her team. And why I want her to share is just what is working for her right now. So feel free also to ask questions or put them in the comments so we can ask her as well. And then I'll have Kristy, who I know is hopping on, or she's back on, speak next, because Kristy is a diamond coach. She's our most recent diamond coach in all of Successfit. And it's been amazing for me to see her business really just all of a sudden kind of blossom and kick into high gear this last little bit. And I think that whether you're a brand new coach or whether you're someone who's a bit more seasoned and wanting to take the next step, it's an amazing opportunity to hear from other people right now that live where we live and are going through what we're going through. So with that being said, I'm going to pass it over to Sharon first, and maybe you can just take a minute to sort of share a bit of your story and what brought you here, and then you can share your part tonight. Thank you. You'll have to unmute, or I can unmute you. Let me see. There you go. You're unmuted.
Okay. Hi. So like Bria said, it's still very new for me. I think it was November when I did my first challenge group with with Bria, and I did 3 of her challenge groups. And right away, I wasn't sure to post on my social media my results. I was really good at that. So I got a lot of positive feedback. And then I think it was after that 3rd challenge group, I decided to be a coach, but I just looked at it as being a discount coach just to get my shakes and stuff. But then I started watching Bria and I thought, why not try? I want to try one of these challenge groups. I've always worked out, so that wasn't the issue. For me, it's nutrition, which I think it's for a lot of people. So I started making the posts. I followed Bria's plan to a T as far as when I would post about my challenge group, my invites. Right off the bat, I had 4 girls sign up. I'm lucky because it was my son's hockey team. I feel like that's like my pool right now. That's where I'm getting people from. And I'll be honest, that first challenge group, I didn't ask. The people that joined, I didn't ask them. They approached me. Just with my posts, even just the ones that weren't pictures, they would say things to me. Oh, you know, you're so motivating. Like, I love that post. And I was like, oh, really? Because sometimes I feel like, oh God, you know, they're just rolling their eyes, like being all happy about things and posting all that stuff again. So that first one went amazing. And then I was in one of Bria's challenge groups for the coaching, the push one, where we had to do those daily coaching sheets. And so it was every day for 30 days. And the most thing I was nervous about was adding 5 new contacts a day. I'm like, where am I going to pull these people from? But once I got in the habit, just like with the workouts, every day, like it just gets easier and easier. So even friends from school, I'd be friends with them, and then I would go through all their friends lists and say, hey, I remember them. So I would add them, and then I just reach out, just like Bria said, not even talking about working out, just catching up. Hey, how's it going? And every single one that would always say, oh, so you're a Beachbody coach now, and you know, tell me about that. So it kind of rolled from there. Second time around, I maybe reached out to 2 of the people, and the other ones came on their own. And the original girls kept with it. Like, they're still in my group and they're still going. And actually just this past week, it's 4 of the hockey dads that have started with my husband. So I'm kind of running 2 of the groups at the same time. And it's funny seeing their posts compared to ours. I'm obviously not posting a lot of like selfie pics with them, but it's hilarious just to see and actually I was talking to one of my friends, and it's so different with guys because they're all about competition and like, oh, I'm totally losing more weight than you. And oh, this is how much you want to lose. Well, I'm totally losing more. Whereas we would never talk like that to each other. It's more positive things, right? So it's funny seeing the 2. The one thing I'm starting to do more now that Bria was saying, when I am posting about my challenge groups and any of the girls that are in it, if their friends are liking it or making comments, this was the scary part for me, is adding them as a friend, reaching out to them and then messaging them, because I didn't want them to feel like, oh God, you know, like, or my friends that I'm reaching out to their friends. So that was kind of hard for me to do, but I'm doing it. Some of them I haven't heard back from. Some of them have accepted me as friends. They haven't returned my message, but whatever. They're still seeing the posts and things I'm doing every day. I am going to do what Bria talked about. I'm going to do an event invite. I've never done that for a challenge group before, so I'm curious to see how that's going to work out for the Shawn T Week one. I do the personal development that I'm supposed to do. I've been reading tons of books. I actually just go to the library and get the different books from there. I always listen to the calls and the newer ones that they're talking about. I am Team Beachbody. I love hearing those ones. And some of the things they talk about, like I love making my notes and stuff from them. And there's a few coaches that I've actually really been watching closely is Carrie Kinsey, who Brie you had on before, Rachel Harvey, and Emma. Is that yours? Emily? Yeah, like they're amazing with their posts. So I kind of like to follow, not copy word for word, some of them. Rachel's one post I did with the 5-minute transformation. But they're amazing, just following them. And I mean, they're already putting all the groundwork out there. So, and they're successful at it. So why not use that? Yeah, and there in the first time around, there was one person that said, oh, you know, I follow up next time, and, you know, kind of slept off about it, but I did follow up the next time, and they actually signed up that time too. So, it's good to keep following up to people. And I mean, if they don't want to do it, no problem, and just keep in touch. I have one girl that's even just doing the free one. That's totally fine. And she checks in with me all the time. Like, she just signed up for the 30-day free program, and she's doing her own thing. But I keep checking in with her every day, because you never know what's going to happen down the line. Yeah, other than that, I still struggle with trying to figure out how I'm going to get coaches under me. The ones that I do have, the one I sold it more as a discount coach to her. I don't know if that was the proper thing to do, but she's continuing with her shakes and things. So she saw it as a bonus. So she's done it that way. So that'll be my next challenge, is working on building my team and getting more people under me. So I think that's it.
That's awesome, Sharon. And I do want to open it up for questions or have people log in there, but I'll just kind of highlight some of the things that I really took away. And first, I know you say, you're kind of lucky, but I think what is unique about you that many of us don't, I think more commonly people don't post pretty regularly on social media, and even throughout their own challenges before they become a coach, they're very reluctant to share their journey. And I think it's almost like you had pre-warmed your market. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's luck. I think you'd been doing the work ahead of time. And it just so happened that when you finally asked, they've been seeing you show up at hockey and seeing your transformation and seeing you posting motivational things. So it's almost like they already had those marketing hits. So I think it's not that you were lucky. I think it's more that you had primed that, already ahead of time, and your consistency, you had great results because you're consistent in your workout program. And then you've had great results with this, I think, because you've been very consistent with your daily activities. Mm-hmm. And I heard you say, you've done these things even though they're scary. And I think we all have those things. I have a question. You'd mentioned that you were concerned about adding those 5 people or 3 to 5 people every day. Where do you find those 3 to 5 people to add? I think a lot of people wonder that.
Like I said, it's just been through going through friends lists of friends. Yeah.
And do you have someone, I don't know if it was you who was telling me this recently, or maybe it was Michelle Ayers, I can't remember, but someone was telling me that when they don't have anyone new liking their posts and they've been through their memory jogger, they'll go to their friends of friends. And if they have at least, and they have a cutoff, if they have at least 10 mutual friends, they'll send that person a friend request or something. Do you have a criteria there, or do you just wing it?
No, I just keep adding, and it hasn't ran dry yet, surprisingly. But even today, I went on and I saw people I used to work with downtown.
Right.
And I totally forgot about. That's a whole other, I got a lot for my work down there. You forget about all these different, and then their friends. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember him. So I just added. So yeah.
I love that, because I think we get scared, right? We get scared, but they say that we should have about 2,000 connections in our life at this stage. So if you have fewer than 600 friends on your Facebook, it's time for you to dig a little deeper, I think, because you can find more people on there.
Yeah.
Awesome. And I also loved what you said about always listening to the National Wake Up Calls. And I think that there's this saying, they say success leaves clues. And so to hear you talk about following the successful behaviors of people that you're relating to, I think that's awesome to hear. Does anyone have any other questions for Sharon, being a newer coach and having this success, and any wanting to know specifically anything that she's been doing where you're getting stuck? Now's the time to ask. Oh, good. Everyone's ready to go out and follow the system. I know I'm boring. I'm a boring system stickler, but I think that these workouts, I know it's not a one size fit all for everyone, but for the most part, you're given a business in a box with this system, and you just need to add your flair, right? You just need to add your passion and your belief and your vision to it. And I think, and work on that confidence, and I think it'll fly. And that's something I think you do very well, is that you're confident in what this has done for you, even though it took you months and months and months to kind of feel like, I'm confident enough to make a decision to even do a challenge. Once you got there, you really believed in it. Sabrina asked a great question, what books are you reading, or can you recommend any?
Yeah,
I just in there. Okay. And then Breezy asked, how do you transition from chatting about your fitness to theirs?
Um, and I watched Breezy's comments today about how she was struggling with price, because I've actually had a couple of people struggling with price too. And I haven't been great about following the procedure as far as asking them what they're working towards and things like that, because I don't want to say lucky again, but because they've come to me and say, oh, I need to do something. So that's something new that I'm just learning to talk to them and ask them exactly what they're looking for. I just talk about the group that I'm doing. Like I did the 21-day fix, and now I'm doing the extreme. So I talked more about the workouts and what's involved with them. So
I think I'll just touch on that quick, and then we'll answer one more question, move on to Kristy. But both of you, and I know this, I think had cost concerns over the product.
Yeah.
So it's a really cool opportunity for you to say, it's funny because I felt the same way as you. And what I found is when I finally made the decision to do it, whatever happened in your life, like it gave me what I needed, and I finally got results. I finally stuck to a program. You know what I mean? Like that's all we really need to say. And we get scared to share, but I think that like the success is in our truth, right? And that's why being the product of the product is so important, is that we can just speak our truth, and people, if they're ready, should hear that.
Right.
Do you use Instagram, Sharon?
I don't. All I use is Facebook, and I don't have a business page or anything yet. It's just my own personal.
Great. Awesome. Okay, so thank you for that. I think that was a really great share tonight, and I appreciate you doing this. So thank you very much. Everyone appreciates it. I know. So Kristy, I'm excited to have you speak tonight, and I'll unmute you. Let me see. There you go. And and welcome you to on our call and our newest diamond. And as I was saying earlier, for me, it's been amazing to see. It's almost, like you really put in the work and work and work, as we all do. And then all of a sudden, it's like your business has really started to move. So will you share maybe just a little bit about your story and sort of, what's brought you to this point, and then you can continue.
Absolutely. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay. It's the first time I'm speaking. So I wrote everything down. So if I look over to the side, it's because I have so much to say, and I know if I do this on the fly, I'll forget all this important stuff. So I just did some typing today, and okay. So anyway, before I start, I just wanted to tell everybody that I'm a mom of 2 boys, and I'm a loving wife and a full-time teacher. This is a hobby that I hope that I can do full-time one day, but right now it's just a hobby. Now, I'm going to throw out a lot at you about what I've been doing, because I've been doing this for 2 years, although I feel brand new. It's been 2 years, and I've been doing a lot of things, but working a full-time job at the same time. It's important to note that even though I have all these tasks that I do, the most important things that I make sure I do every night is I read a book with my children at night. I make sure I have time for that. I make lunches, prep, all around that power hour. So, and then at the very end of the night, I make sure I have time with my husband to snuggle on the couch and at least watch one show. So among all these Beachbody related tasks, these are the things I have to get done every night. And they're my priority, because it's what I need. And if my power hour, if I can't squeeze any more power hour into my day, then I don't. I leave it for another day. I just make sure that I'm consistent with those 3 vital behaviors every day, and make it a part of my routine. And I thrive on that routine. I thank goodness for routine, I tell you. So anyway, what I wanted to tell you, the first year that I started, I was just getting my feet wet, because I wasn't really sure if I was going to end up coaching. I was just trying to save money on Shakeology, I'll be honest. And so I wasn't sure it was for me. And then I fell in love with it right away, because for years I've been trying to find a fitness program that I would stick to. I went to Good Life, I went to LA Fitness, and every place I went to work out, I would be there for 3 months, and then I would never go back. Beachbody was a whole new story. I could get up in the morning and not have to go out the door and spend money on gas. And everything I needed was in my bedroom. I could get it done in 30 minutes. I'm in, I'm out. It was just so convenient for me. So right away, it was everything. And then I realized that once I started to post about it, I discovered that people, if they rely on me, makes me work harder. So some of my challengers wouldn't work out unless they saw that I had already squeezed in my workout for the morning. Um, Sometimes throughout the day, I would get a post from them and they say, Kristy, I wasn't going to work out this morning. And then I saw your face, your sweaty selfie, and I cursed your name and I got up. I got off my butt and I worked out. And I'm like, yes. It was amazing. I couldn't believe I had that effect on people, and it made me work harder, and it still makes me work harder. I just want to keep going. Yeah, I know, Breezy. I know, me too. It's just, it's my drug. I love it. Keep it going. But throughout the first year, I have to admit, there's so many times that I did want to quit because I saw all these coaches getting SC and they're achieving rank. Everything seemed to be flowing really quickly for them. And I didn't understand why that wasn't happening to me. But then after a year, suddenly I had all these people contacting me saying, hey, I've been watching you. And I'm like, what? What do you mean you've been watching me? You haven't posted anything or responded to anything? And they said it's because I showed up every single day. They knew that I was taking it seriously, and they knew it's not a fad or a scam. I'm a real person, and I've delivered these, or I've got these real results. And so they're like, okay, I'm in, I'm ready. And it's like a whole different ball game when those people start to come back to you. Bria, when you told us to plant seeds, you were totally right. Like, I totally get what you mean now. And it's still happening. It's still happening. So I'm not going to stop. Yes. You love being right. Okay. So Summit, when Summit came around, I thought, oh, I'm still new at this. I shouldn't really go to Summit. All those people are high in rank, blah, blah, blah. But when I went, oh my goodness, I can't describe to you how it feels to be in a stadium of happy, healthy people that are all there to do the same thing, to help others. It is an amazing energy. I know you all know what I'm talking about. And that whole experience was so incredible that I went home and I thought, how could I stop now? Even if I'm not achieving the rank that I wanted at that point, why would I stop? It's silly. If this is I have never felt this awesome before. How often do you find a hobby or a job that makes you feel this way? So when I came back after that year, I was all in. So when I say going all in, that what I mean is just listen to Bria, and everything she tells you to do it. Do it. Even though you think you can't, you don't have time for it, do it. Because I used to say, nah, I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready to do that live Facebook feed. No, I can't watch people. I can't talk live and not mumble my words. And then I realized that, no, I'm going to turn that phrase into I can, and I'm going to see it as a challenge. So anything that I was afraid of, I decided just to take hold of it and give it a go. I didn't have to go full throttle. I just had to give it a try. So these are the things that I did to go all in. Okay. So I made sure I had a like page on my Facebook. I created that quite early, but I really started to post on it after that year. I started to use Instagram. Now, it is a lot of work to be posting to all these places, but it's part of my routine. I'll post to Facebook, post to Instagram, post to my challenge groups, boom, 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 and I'm done. And then I learned how to create ads on Facebook. That is not an easy one. I'm still learning. I'm still making mistakes, but I am finding some success. So that one's a really good one. There's a lot of Zoom calls on that, on Successfit files. So something worth to take a look at. I learned how to sign up discount coaches. So a lot of people who really enjoy Shakeology, and I know they're going to continue for a couple of months, I suggest that they sign up as a discount coach, because they're going to save. And if they're all done with the program, then they just cancel. And what I found is a lot of those discount coaches they've been continuing for now almost a year with me. So who knows? They might become coaches one day, they might not. But I learned that really starts to build your business, getting those discount coaches in. And then I started to listen to the National Wake Up Call. There's so many things for us beach bodies to do. I know it's hard to find the time, but I listen to it on the way to work in the morning. I listened to half of it and then the other half on the way home. That's how I squeezed in, because before I didn't know how to do it. And then I don't know, someone mentioned it, listen to it on your phone on the way to work. Yeah, why not? I don't want to listen to the news. It's all bad stuff. So that really worked for me. And then I started posting more live videos on Facebook and a little bit on YouTube. And people want to see the real you. They want to see the real Kristy, though I might get stuck in my words and forget my train of thought, but people don't care. They want to see the real me, the imperfect me. And so I haven't been doing it a lot lately, but I am starting to do it more often. And then Zoom calls. It took me a long time to listen to Zoom calls. I'm so tired at night, or I was putting my kids to bed. I just really found it hard to get on. So again, I figured out a way to get to them every day. If I couldn't do them in the evening, then the next morning I watch them while I'm working out. What a way to multitask. If I know my fitness video really well, then I can do the workout and watch the Zoom call at the same time. The Zoom calls are really incredible. And there's so many tidbits that I take from every single call. So, yeah. So then, and this is a really good one. I bought a membership to Team Z. So Team Z is an incredible way to keep track of all of your challengers. I have so many conversations throughout the day that sometimes I forget who I talked to a couple of days ago that I need to contact again. I used to just use my phone, my messenger feed, and just file through my messenger feed, and it just got too confusing once you have all these followers. So Team Z is incredible. There is a cost, but actually I think it's really it's worth the money. I don't think I'm as organized as I would like to be, but Team Z forces me to be organized. So anyway, all of this has laid the foundation for my business. So I'm 2 years in, and now I actually feel like I'm ready for the next step. And that next step would be, I have a little team of coaches, small, can't wait for it to get bigger. But now that I have these coaches, I should learn how to lead them. And I don't know how. So that is my goal for the next little while, is to become the leader. Now that I have the posting down pat and I know how to gather followers, I need to become a leader. Yeah. So anyway, I'd say after the first year, my second year of being in this business, was my time to jump in and just try it all and not be afraid. And I'm all in. Yeah. I hope that helps.
That's awesome, Kristy. No, I think, I think there, you said a lot of beautiful things in there, but what struck me so much is how clearly you started doing this because it was a good thing for you. And I loved when you said that no matter what, you read your books to your kids at night, and you sit down, and watch a show with your husband, because those are things that are really important in my life too. And I know, I think I said this on a call with Liz earlier today, but because this is such this needs to be a long-term journey, what you're creating here, and you have to be able to maintain it. Like, it can't be, a quick, fast, thing. It's just that's what's so beautiful about Beachbody, that it's not a get rich quick thing. It's all about building something really real and authentic. And you do that by honoring, I think, the priorities in your life. And you've done that so well. It's almost like every month that's passed, you've slowly sort of committed a little bit more and peeled back a little bit more. And I'm sure you've sacrificed other things in the process, but, you've done such an amazing job, and I don't think you need to learn to be a leader. I think you're just stepping into that, and it's just, you're going to push yourself there. So amazing. And I loved your list that you did. Like, she gave out that list, you guys, so make sure you go back and listen, but create that like page, post on Instagram, like push yourself to those next little levels as you can, learn about ads, push yourself to go live. And did I miss another one after that? So people can see the real you. And I couldn't line up with you more on that one. But I heard from both you and Sharon that like you do this because you believe in this for you. And I think when people do this because they're going to do it anyway, like if you're going to do the vitals anyway because they're the right things for you, then you can't go wrong in this business. It will take the pace that it takes for you. So thank you for that. That was amazing. Does anyone have any other questions for Kristy on that one? It's awesome, for me to see what you've done and to hear what you said about Summit. It's very, very true. It's very validating to start to hear. And this is what is so wonderful. It's like when you first get challengers, it's very validating because you feel like it's not just you that's getting results. And the same thing happens when you finally have a team of coaches, because you're like, oh, it's not just me feeling this way about Summit. It's just, so that's wonderful. What you said it so beautifully. Thank you. I want to just say one thing because I love what you talked about with discount coaches. And that was a huge thing that I really leaned on in the beginning in my business. And I think, there's been a lot of discussion, like when they announced the All Access Pass, so many more people became club members, which is like a Beachbody On Demand membership. And that changed the discount, the Shakeology discount, because when you're a club member, you get 10% off. So at the end of the day, the net savings went from the average person, the average Canadian, saving about 22 Canadian dollars to saving about 5. And that's not a lot for most people. So what's really been working for me and what I want to encourage you guys to do is to change that discount word to community coach. I really feel like what we're building here is like, so if you're going to be here and you're going to be doing this and you're going to be drinking Shakeology, you should be a part of my community. Here's what I offer. And for me, here's what I offer in Successfit is this community of people who are going to show up for you and respond to you when I can't respond to you and, love on you and support you and be there for you and be like your family in a very positive way. And you as a leader are going to create your own community that way. I mean, Successfit's always going to be there, but that's what I think we need to look at. What are we offering these people long-term, and community is what we offer them. And it's great. They're going to save $5 also. Like that's awesome. But I think at the end of the day, what's been working for me, I invite everyone who who joins me in a challenge to be a part of my community. And they might not be ready right now, but when they are, I think that they do join because they recognize there's a place here for them. So that is the language I'm shifting, and maybe that'll help you, anyone else too, as you move along in this. Everyone should get invited to our community. It's a very positive place to be, and it'll help their long-term results. So maybe that helps you guys. Does that make sense? Any thoughts on that, you guys?
Bria?
Can I?
Uh-oh. Christine? I heard you.
Oh.
I think Erica has a question about that, and I'll hop in after. So Erica, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, like, just to explain my question, I struggle with that, and I've talked to you about that, Bria, because when people buy All Access from me, they get my full support for the entire year. So they're already in my community. So
yeah, but
I don't know.
You need to, this is what I'm saying is you need to start, and it's hard to feel like you're establishing a coach community, but you have a lot of coaches in Successfit and they join my other groups that I offer. And like, that's the community I'm talking about. So it's because my All Access people join my year long, they have access to my challenge groups. As long as you're drinking Shakeology and you're, doing your program, then you have access to my challenge groups endlessly. And it was always that way. But I think what the community I'm talking about is this, you guys. You guys are not in my challenge groups, but you're in Successfit, and you guys are something. So that's what they get when they get to join. They get people to go to, to go to Super Saturday with if they want to be a part of that. They get people to share their advice and tips on, who will share meal plans and ideas and experiences and success stories. And just a feeling of belonging, I think, is the way I try to describe it. Does that help?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, I know you had, I'm not sure what you call your community now. I know you guys had Rebel Republic for a while, but whatever that is for you, it's different. It's like another level, right? It's like, This is great. We're all here to get fit, but this is it's like I'm committing to long-term, like real community life with these people. with you guys.
Okay.
Chrissy Craig. Oh, okay. I had a great Facebook group. Okay. This is great. It's nice to see the comments on here. And I think that's just something to think about is like, what else can we offer people, right? Like something I hadn't realized when I'm talking about challenge groups. Can you guys hear me or is that acting funny? You're okay. What are we offering? Like Beachbody offers, a challenge pack, and that's great. And anyone can get that challenge pack. And there's lots of coaches that offer challenge groups for accountability, but what are we offering they're getting you, right? So what are you doing that's different? And I think it's you sharing your story. Like Kristy said, you showing up in that group every single day, sharing your struggles, but doing it anyway to show them what's possible. And I think that same goes through with your like bigger coach community. And I think that really ties into our greater vision. What are you building here? Why are you coaching? Just to help people lose weight? No, I know it's deeper than that. Like, what are you you need, if that's where you're at, that's wonderful. But I think I want to encourage you to like push out those walls and think about your waves in a bigger tsunami way. Like, don't just think about, the few pounds that people are losing. Think about the massive impact that this can have on not just people, but their partners and their children and their children's children to come because of this community that you're creating. So I think that can tie into that vision on a greater level. I haven't read, I'll read over to the side here from Rachel, but she put a script in. Awesome. Christine Jackman, did you have something you were going to say? Or thank you. Did Erica, maybe you left. Oh no, you're there. I see you. I don't know if that helps.
Yeah, I would just, sorry, I was late hopping on. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I was late hopping on, but I just wanted to say, to Kristy, but to everyone, thank you for sharing that information. Because Kristy is one of those people that you have on your team that because I'm Kristy's upline. So for those of you that don't know, I may have missed that part because my phone decided to die. But that is capable of amazing things. And when you, this is Bria's line, but when you meet people where they're at and you love them where they're at, that's when the magic happens. Because I knew that if Kristy went all in, she would have great success and she would have an amazing impact on people because of her energy and because of how she does things. And I saw the light bulb. I saw the light bulb at Summit, and I saw the switch in her business, the switch in her posts, the determination, and it was awesome. So Kristy, I'm super proud of you, and thank you for sharing tonight.
Awesome. Thanks, Christine. This is a really great love session tonight. Does anyone else have anything else they want to add or share or ask before we wrap up for the night? Okay, awesome. Well, I love having you guys on, and it's so nice to see everyone support the team by showing up when they can on this. And it's great to have you guys talk, and I will definitely be pulling more of you up to talk and share because I think it really, really helps. But what I'm learning more now that I wish I had realized earlier, it really comes down to, as I talk a lot about that vision, about being really clear about where you're going, because I think that that's what people need to hear from us in this world. They need to hear where we're going. I think it sounds like, the belief in that vision, and that's where Kristy really took away, it sounds like at Summit, it was like all of a sudden, every time you have a challenger say something like that to you, and then, or you go to Summit and you feel that energy, your belief in the vision solidifies a little bit more and peels back another layer. So don't sell yourself short on that. Take that time to really dig deep in yourself and understand, where am I going? It's okay if you don't want to go quickly, if that's not going to fit into your life, but know where you're going so that you're always moving in that direction and encouraging other people to come along with you on the way. I think that's how we build an empire that really makes waves in this really frustrating industry, I think, where people are selling things that I think just harm more people, right? So, okay, I could just go on a tangent on that one, but have a great night, you guys. Thank you so much for showing up. And I think we'll be doing sort of maybe more of a role play. It sounded like there was good feedback. So we'll talk more specifics next week on how to talk to people, what to say, different options there. But if you have other topics or you want to learn from anyone in particular, share that. Come together and really be open about what you need and what you would love to learn, because I know that there are people here who want to help. Have a good evening, guys, and I will post this recording up. Thanks again to Sharon and Kristy, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.